What's up, Bills Mafia? I got your final stock up, stock down of the Buffalo Bills 2023 season. Bills versus Chiefs. Oh, guys. We just can't seem to solve that Chiefs puzzle, can we? But before we get to that, let's get to that intro.
This is VZ Music.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Well, Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills 2023 season is over, and unfortunately, it's over way too early. Once again, the Buffalo Bills had Bills Mafia on this roller coaster ride of emotions all year long. But it's nothing new to Bills Mafia. We have tough skin. We are used to heartbreak. We are used to, the pain, right? Pain and heartbreak. That's what being a Buffalo Bills fan is all about. Unfortunately, I've been a fan since 1989. I went through the heartbreak of the 4 Super Bowls. I went through the heartbreak, and not even heartbreak. The what would you call the drought years? The total joke. The Buffalo Bills were throwing out there on the field. But I always stuck by this team. I always was a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and that will never change. That will never, ever change no matter what this team does. So it is what it is, man. This season, guys, was one that was a confusing one. It was one that you didn't know what you were getting week to week from this team. You knew that they were a good team. You knew they were going to be in every game. But you have no idea what you were going to get week to week, especially with the offense. The defense, for the most part, guys, I felt like in the regular season, let me make that clear, was you knew what you were getting. Like, that was week to week, pretty much. There was only one game, it was the Eagles game, where I thought, the defense really didn't play well. But week to week, you knew they were going to hold your opponent, their opponents to under 30 without a doubt. Under 25 for the most part. I mean, they did a phenomenal job, especially with all the injuries. And I guys, I'm a realist. I understand there was the injuries, took a toll on his team, and it didn't help, right? It did not help this team, especially when we got into the playoffs. But it's the offense. It was the offense that struggled from the get-go. Opening week 1, right out the gate, can't do anything right against the Jets. I get the Jets have an elite defense, but our offense is damn good, and we just, for some reason, could not figure it out for the majority of the season. And like I said, man, this season here for me was just one that it was just I had no idea what we were gonna get. Like it was so tough for me to predict, give you guys score predictions week to week, because one week we would score 35, the next week we would score 20. 21 points. But anyways, guys, I'm a lot of things swirling on in my mind about this team this year, and we're gonna dial more into it on Friday Night Lights with me and Mikey. We're gonna do a season recap. We'll dive deeper into the season, how it went, what we thought. But yeah, man, it was a weird season. So anyways, let's get to this. Once again, shout out to Bills Wire for creating this article. Stock up, stock down. Here we go. Stock up, quarterback Josh Allen. While Allen did not light up this game with his passing, but he was the epitome of a dual threat. He put up 3 touchdowns, and he was able to keep Kansas City on his toes throughout. How well he was running the football. Accounting for 72 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Guys, Allen was not the problem. And it bothers me so much when some of Bills Mafia, a lot of national media, a lot of outside fan bases who really don't watch this team, who only look at stats at the end of the game, who only seen replays of the game, say Allen is a trash quarterback, or Allen, disappears in big moments, or Allen can't win the big games. Guys, it is a team game. It's a team game. Everybody has to do their job, including the coaches. And that's where we fail, right? It's our leadership. It's our head coach. And guys, I'm not going to continue to do this Sean McDermott rant that I've been doing for this whole season, really. I'm not going to keep doing it because it's not going to change. He's here to stay. Y'all, if y'all watch the Brandon Beane news conference, media conference, whatever, on yesterday, actually, right, on Tuesday, he has complete faith in Sean McDermott. The Bagulas have complete faith in Sean McDermott. He's not going anywhere. And I told you guys this earlier this year. For as much as I think the Bills should make a change, it's not going to happen. Matter of fact, I truly believe that you will see Sean McDermott running out of the new Buffalo Bills Stadium when they open in 2026. I don't think he's going anywhere. Matter of fact, that they gave him the extension to 2027. He's not going anywhere. And that's because the Bagulas are scared of change. And they're not willing to risk it. They're willing to be okay. They're willing to settle for a team that is a good regular season team, a playoff type team. But that's it. They're willing to settle because they're scared of change. And a lot of Bills Mafia is scared of change as well. They feel like if we change coach, and oh my God, we're going to go bad, we're going to be terrible. And that's just not the case. And you can't be like that. You can't, like, just in life in general. I mean, if you own a store and your employees are doing a good job, not a great job, and nothing's, your sales aren't going up, but they're steady. You're just going to keep with those same employees year after year after year after year? Of course you're not. Eventually, you want sales to go up, right? And you're going to have to hire a new sales team. Now, could it backfire? Sure, they could be terrible, or they could be great, and they could, get that store to the number one store in town, whatever you want to say. But that's not what we're doing. We're settling. We're settling for just good enough. Like I said, guys, I'm a diehard Bills fan, Bills Mafia, so I die. I will be on this channel talking to you guys every season. Not going anywhere. But man, I mean, all I can say right now, guys, he ain't going anywhere. Pray that the football gods somehow strike down and get this team a Super Bowl with Sean McDermott as head coach. That's all I can say. Anyways, moving on, because that's it. That's I'm sure we'll talk about more on Friday, but me personally, I'm done with the Sean McDermott talk because it's a waste of my time. He's not going anywhere. All right, so let's get this thing going. Oh, real quick, too, I do want to show something real quick. For all the Allen haters, by the way, for all the people saying Allen is the reason why we lost this game. And that I guess I got sidetracked earlier because I was talking about that. I want to show you something real quick. And then we'll get back to the stock up, stock down. So here is Josh Allen's numbers versus Kansas City Chiefs. All right. So let's go through them. Okay. So we all know Bills have not won a playoff game versus the Chiefs, right? 0-3. Once again, this is a team game, guys. So completion percentage. Here we go. Allen, 65.32%. Pretty damn good. Passing yards, 802. Pretty damn good. Mind you, that is a good Kansas City Chiefs defense. They're solid. They bring it. That's good numbers. Rushing yards, 228. Pretty damn good. Passing touchdowns, 7. That's damn good, okay? Rushing touchdowns, 2. Once again, from your quarterback, that's good. Interceptions, 1 in 3 games. Very good. Fumbles, 2. Okay, the fumbles, I'd like to have that at none, 0, but 2's still not terrible. So once again, people want to talk about how it's Josh Allen's fault. That Josh Allen can't win the big games. That, that he can't beat the Chiefs. It's all on him. He's the reason why. You guys got to stop it. You got to stop it. It's not the reason why we can't beat the Chiefs. Y'all know why we can't beat the Chiefs. And I'm not going to keep talking about it, but it's the coach. Who's leading the team out there? Sean McDermott. I'm gonna show you something else real quick, and then we'll move on to stock up, stock down. Something crazy, okay? And guys, I'm not always, the stat kind of guy where I'm like, oh, stats, the stats tell the whole story, because they don't always tell the whole story, but they tell a little bit of the story, right? So look at this. And this is Sean McDermott's defense against Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals. This is the four playoff losses, 4 playoff eliminations, right? Obviously, we've had more, but this is just the main ones, right? So here we go. 38 drives. He's given up, in 38 drives, he's given up 16 touchdowns, 8 field goals. He's allowed on 6 punts, 6 kneel downs, end of half, 1 missed field goal, 1 turnover, and he's allowed 134 total points. That's 3.52 points per drive from a defensive head coach. That, guys, is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And y'all don't want to hear the truth. It's not a Josh Allen thing. Okay? It's a coaching problem. It's a major coaching problem. And one that we're stuck with. But once again, guys, I will say this too. It is a team game. It takes it, everyone has to do their job. And just like this next person on this list of stock up, stock down, didn't show up. Stock down, wide receiver Stefon Diggs. Diggs did not show up for this game, and it has been some time since we have seen him have one of his signature performances. While it was clear that the Chiefs were doing everything possible to prevent Diggs from getting anything easy, it was still disappointing to see him being unable to impact this game in any meaningful way. Drop after drop. Allen could not have hit him any better on that 75-yard bomb that would have probably been seen over and over and over through the years if Diggs makes that catch, because that was a phenomenal throw. He could not have put it, he couldn't have handed it to Diggs better. And Diggs completely dropped it. Diggs has been a no-show in postseason play. That's in the playoffs. It's the truth. And I listen, I still think Diggs is a damn good receiver. And I used to think he was top 5, and I don't anymore. I don't. This year, there was something up with Stefon Diggs from the fucking get-go. I told you guys, this offseason, or last offseason I meant, with Stefon Diggs, from the whole cryptic message thing, actually from the way things ended in Buffalo against the Bengals, the way he showed up Josh Allen on the sideline, I wasn't cool with that. Then how he handled things in the offseason by avoiding talking to anyone, but yet sending cryptic messages on Twitter about how he wants to leave, and he was thumbing up at his brother, giving him thumbs up for going to play for Dallas. And then the mandatory minicamp thing. Now, mind you, that was more on McDermott because he did show up. But clearly he had a problem with his team. And they had it out. And he got sent home. And that's probably more so on McDermott, because I'll take, you know what, I'll probably lean more towards Stefon Diggs, because in a way I do understand his frustrations. And to be fair, to be honest, look how this season went. Offense was a hot mess. Hot mess. So, but I do also believe that he went into this season not happy. Not happy being a Buffalo Bill. Not truly happy. He may say, he never, that, I never said I want out of Buffalo. But he also did say, even if I did want out, there's no way for me to get out. And that is the truth, guys. Y'all can talk about trading him or releasing him. The Bills would have to eat $30+ million in dead cap. They're not going to do it. They're not going to eat $30 million in cap space. It's not happening, guys. There's no way. He's here to stay. But the problem I had this year, it just seemed like his head wasn't in the game. Like he didn't have that same like love and desire, it seemed to me, that he did years past. It almost seemed like he was just out there. And I'm not saying he wasn't giving his, trying to do his best, but I don't know if he had that fire and desire. And it really showed down the stretch. And I think maybe he was getting frustrated again, right, with his numbers decreasing. He probably was dealing with some kind of injury as well that we don't know about, but who knows? And he was a no-show in the playoffs. Guys, I don't know what to say about that. It's another situation where it's just something to monitor and hope for the best, because he didn't talk to reporters, by the way, after the game. Didn't ask questions. He didn't do any media talk a day later or 2 days later. Nothing. Almost everyone else did, but Stefon Diggs. And I almost can guarantee you this is going to be an interesting offseason when it comes to Stefon Diggs. And all I could tell you guys is to stay off, don't just ignore it. Stay off Twitter, stay off X, whatever you want to call it, because it's going to be a shit show again, probably. And I'm sure his brother's going to be tweeting some dumb shit. I'm sure there's going to be reports out there, but he ain't going anywhere. So it's all for none. It's all for nothing. It means nothing. All right, let's get to the next thing. Stock up safety Jordan Poyer. Like he has been throughout this season, Poyer made big plays for the Bills in this one. and he played a crucial role in limiting how many big plays Kansas City was able to generate over the course of the game. Poyer is someone who has been a steadying presence for Buffalo all season long, and this game showed why. Yeah, and he came up with a big fumble that would have, if the Kansas City Chiefs score right there, that touchdown after that idiotic fake punt that Sean McDermott threw out there, yeah, then we would have had no chance. We would have definitely had no chance at that time. Jordan Poyer still has one more year on his deal. We'll see what happens. I'm almost 100% sure Micah Hyde is done. He's going to retire. His wife winded up posting a letter to Bills Mafia saying thank you for all the years and all stuff. Guys, the writing was on the wall. Micah Hyde also came out and said there was times this year that he didn't think he would play football again this year. Like, that's how jacked up his neck is. For him, it's probably, it's been a great run, but he's not trying to have neck issues the rest of his life, or worse, be in a wheelchair. So I understand for him. He was an awesome safety. But now the question is, what do the Bills do with Jordan Poyer? Do they just let him ride out this last year? Or do they go ahead and cut him and save some money on the cap? I would think that you keep him one more year and you figure out what you're going to do as safety. Because Taylor Rapp's gone too. We only signed him 1 year unless they wind up giving him another 1 year deal or 2 year deal, which I don't know if I see that happening. But yeah. But no, Poyer was good all season, man. I had no problem with Jordan Poyer all season. All right, next up, stock down Gregory Rousseau. Damn. Rousseau has been one of the key members of the Bills' defensive line throughout the season, and yet that's why his stock is down after this contest. He wasn't able to create any pressure against Patrick Mahomes, and as a result, his impact on the game was minimal at best. Yeah, man, and I really thought Gregory Rousseau would have 10-plus sacks this year. I really did. I thought he was going to take a big, giant step forward, and he did not. He did not. I'm not saying he played bad, though. I thought he had a good season, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Leonard Floyd played much better than Gregory Rousseau, and he's an aging veteran. I like Rousseau. I really do. He's from the U. But he has to work on his game. He has to continue to try to get better. Because with, the size, the strength that he has, he should be able to be, and the speed. His numbers should be a lot better than what they are. So let's hope this upcoming season, this new season coming up in 2024 is a better one for him. That he could take a giant step forward. Because I don't know if he took a giant step forward this year. I know he didn't. I think he took a baby step forward. I think he was all right. But I need to see a giant step forward. Kind of like how Ed Oliver did this year. I thought Ed Oliver took a massive step this year. He got paid, and he proved, and he showed his why we paid him, right? He showed his worth. Gregory Rousseau needs to do the same. His contract's going to be coming up soon too. His rookie deal is going to be ending before you know it. And he needs to put up better numbers. All right, next up, stock up, wide receiver Khalil Shakir. Shakir has been breaking out for the Bills over the course of the season, and he showed why against the Chiefs. Shakir made some timely plays in this one, and he displayed on national TV why Bills fans are excited about his future with the team. I've always told you guys that Khalil Shakir is going to be a good receiver in the NFL. The guy runs a 4.4. He doesn't, what's crazy? He doesn't look super fast on the field. But, man, he glides past defenders. He's good after yards after catch. He's probably our best. And I'll be honest with you, Josh Allen was going to him more than Diggs in this game because he was more reliable. That's the truth. Diggs was unreliable against the Chiefs. And Khalil Shakir was reliable. Very reliable. And, I understand why Josh Allen was going for the touchdown. He was there. Josh Allen got hit. It sucks. It does. But I get it. I get it as well. But yeah, big time stock up, and I hope that Joe Brady, because I think Joe Brady's going to stay. And I'm good with it. By the way, I'm good with that. Because now Joe Brady can have his offense, right? And even Brandon Bean talked about this on Tuesday. And he was saying, look, that would be like, you know, a GM, going through the whole draft process before I was hired, and then they fired him, and then boom, on draft day, this is the board that you got to work with. Like, I get it. Like, Joe Brady came into a system that was already set. It wasn't his offense. Now he has a full off season to make it his. And that lets us hope that it's much better than what we saw last year in the Ken Dorsey offense. And even the Dable offense. Guys, Dable's offense never ran the ball like Joe Brady. At least Joe Brady took that Ken Dorsey / Brian Dable offense and incorporated the run game. And you need a run game. You have to have a run game. And we're going to get to the next guy, stock up, stock down, that didn't come to play against the Chiefs. And that's James Cook, stock down. Cook had a tough task ahead of him as he had to try to run the football against a stacked Kansas City front, given how aware they are of what Cook can do when he gets going. He did not have a terrible game by any means, but he did not have the superstar-like impact that he has had at various times this season. And that's the end of that article, by the way. So, listen, man, I like James Cook, but he's not a 3-down back. He is going to be our RB1, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But the Buffalo Bills need to get him a true number 2, a complimentary running back that is a bigger back, like basically a younger Latavius Murray, right? Like a Murray in his prime. Like that's what we need in Buffalo to a two-headed monster, because Cook is light. He's not a good pass protection. He's terrible at pass protection. He's not good between the tackles early in the game because he's so light. We would have to have a dynamic offensive line for him to be able to run through the tackles good. Like that's just not what he does. He's a guy that gets to the edge, uses his speed. He's not a Devin Singletary where he's really elusive either. I like him, but he has to also improve. He had a lot of drop passes this year. Unacceptable. There was at least 3 or 4 touchdowns, I think 4, that he dropped this year. Right in his chest. Can't have that happen. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. You got to do better, James Cook. Also, stock up that's not on this list, the offensive line. I thought the offensive line played pretty damn good against that Chiefs defensive line. They really did. I thought they gave Josh Allen pretty good time in the pocket. That was probably one of their better pass protection games. I thought they did well. I thought the run blocking in the beginning was good until KC stacked the box. And that's on Joe Brady, by the way, for not adjusting properly. I thought he adjusted way too late because Kansas City brung it. And then they were playing man. They stacked the box and they were stuffing the run. And we just couldn't find a way out of that, figure it out until the last drive. And you see how that went. We went right down the field. And unfortunately, Josh, got hit and missed the throw. That would have took the lead, gave us a lead, 4-point lead. But it is what it is. But offensive line, stock up for sure. Stock down, coaching. I got to say coaching again, and that's really Sean McDermott. He failed yet again. The defense had no answers. And I get it. There was injuries. I understand that. Linebackers were, big problem, right? AJ Klein got hurt in that game. And AJ Klein came off the couch to play, and he was hurt. He still was out there because we were so limited at linebacker, right? No Spector, obviously no Bernard. He tried to give it a go, but he couldn't. Dotson's not the answer. Though Dotson had an okay year, McDermott knew how to use him right, but he's terrible at pass coverage. Next year, I expect, Milano and Bernard to stay healthy, hopefully. And we need to get. I think we need to get better depth at linebacker. I like Dorian Williams. We'll see what happens next year. We'll see if he grows, if he can get better. That's what training camp's all about, the off season. So we'll see when it comes to him. But we need another linebacker other than Dotson. Like I can't go another season with Dotson. And Spector, unfortunately for him, he just keeps getting hurt. Keeps getting hurt in training camp and mini camp and preseason. He's just not reliable. I thought he had potential, but if you can't, you got to stay on the field. You got to be healthy, and he can't. He just doesn't stay healthy. But yeah, like I said, the fake punt. You know what is crazy about that is when asked, he said they practiced it all week, so they were going to do it at some point. And the reason he did it is because he said the defense was not stopping the Chiefs. That he felt like they weren't going to stop the Chiefs' offense, and we needed to continue to go. We needed to keep that drive alive by doing a fake punt. One, if you practice that all week, that was terrible. By the way, execution awful. Smiley is an awful special teams coach. But by the way, it sounds like once again he's coming back because they gave him praise. Sean McDermott gave Smiley praise, and this special teams was pretty bad this year. So back to that. So my thing is, you practice it all week. That's what you gave us. Damar Hamlin punt run, fake punt run. By the way, they had 10 guys on the field. We still couldn't get it done. They had 10 guys on the field, and we still didn't execute it. We practiced that all week. That was terrible. Awful. And then we're driving down to win the game, to win the game. Let's be real. We need to win the game there. And I kept telling myself, field goal's not going to do it. We need to score a touchdown. You got to score a touchdown. Because I'm looking at the clock, I'm going, there's going to be some time left. There is going to be some kind of time left on the clock. And the Chiefs can easily drive down and kick a field goal and tie the game. We need a touchdown. We need to force them to have to drive down and score a touchdown. Josh Allen misses it on the second down to Shakir. Then the third down play. I will say this, though. Because I'm not going to totally let Josh Allen off the hook. On the third down, he had Shakir wide open. And there was another receiver, too. I forget. It might have been Diggs. I'm not sure. But he had Shakir wide open. Wide open. And I've seen him make that play time and time where, where he's rolling out and he goes back and he throws the ball back to the middle of the field. He has the arm to do it. He knows he can do it. I've seen it a million times. He was wide open, guys. And Josh Allen was looking end zone the whole time. Rolling out. He made a difficult pass that just wasn't going to happen when he had Shakir wide open. And I don't know if Shakir would have picked up the first, but it would have been close. It would have been real close, guys. And then you would have had a question, do you go for it on 4th and 2, 4th and 1? So that's on Allen. That is on Allen. And you got to put some blame on your quarterback. I'm not going to like I said, I can't let Allen off the hook totally. He definitely missed that. And like I said, you guys are going to talk about the Diggs being wide open on second down. That would have probably picked up. I get it. I get that as well. But I also understand where Josh Allen was going for the touchdown, and he had him. And it happens, You got to give the Chiefs defense some credit. But I told you guys from the beginning, I wanted a touchdown. I'm sure Josh Allen was thinking the same thing. Fuck the field goal. But here's my question. If you knew that you couldn't stop the Chiefs offense from scoring, why wouldn't you go for it on 4th down, knowing that Tyler Bass missed field goals the week before and missed them bad in Buffalo? And this game, the win was even worse. It was really bad. It's a 44-yard field goal on the right hash where he's not good. Why wouldn't you go for it there? Because you went for it on your own side of the field on a stupid fake punt. For me, if you're worried about the Chiefs, and by the way, they had almost 2 minutes. Even if we make the field goal, they had nearly almost 2 minutes to go down and tie the game or win the game. And it probably would have happened. But why not go for it on fourth down? I'm just saying, like if that's what his thinking was earlier in the game, like not even that earlier, like when was that? Like earlier in the fourth quarter? That he didn't trust his defense to stop the Chiefs, and that's why he went for it on the punt, fake punt. And why wouldn't you go for it right there? What are you doing? So that's what I mean about McDermott and folding under pressure. And that's why Andy Reid is a Super Bowl winning head coach, and that's why Sean McDermott's not. It's truth. Maybe Sean McDermott, can figure it out this offseason, and you see a new Sean McDermott, right, that doesn't fold under pressure next year. But I don't know. I have serious doubts that will happen. But anyways, guys, that was a stock up, stock down. Once again, we will be back Friday. Oh, I'm sorry. Tonight, Mafia Talk will be on at 10 p.m. They're going to be recapping the Bills-Chiefs game. You don't want to miss that. Mafia Talk with Jay and Big Cuz. This is going to be the third episode on the Mafia Sports Report channel. So, guys, support them. They're great dudes, man. Also, look out for the Tommy Caputo show. That's going to be a late night talk show. It's going to be totally different than when I'm, what you're used to. It's going to be talking news and sports, entertainment, music, movies. I'm going to be having guests on. I'm just trying something new and fun because the Buffalo Bills season is over, and I want to continue just to do different things on this channel. So I hope you guys support me on that. And then that's it, man. So Bills Mafia, I love you, man. And thank you for supporting this channel. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.